What's up, peeps? Julian Williams here with The Distance. Got a video for you guys. This is going to be a prediction for Steve USS Cunningham versus Tyson Fury. Well, I'm not sure when the bout takes place. I just know it's taking place. I haven't looked at my calendar or anything. So, anyway, I'm going to get into this fight, Tyson Fury, Steve Cunningham, because it's a very interesting fight if you ask me. Tyson Fury is now, coming off of a win back in December over Kevin Johnson, is now facing Steve Cunningham, who's coming off of 3 losses out of his last 4 fights. But the last fight you can definitely dispute. I thought Cunningham did enough to win the fight. The judges saw otherwise. Whatever. So anyway, this fight is going to be interesting to me because now what's happening in this fight is Cunningham is going. He's about 6'3". He's fighting an opponent that is 6 inches taller than him, has longer reach, but has power in his shots. He hits hard, and he can fight in later rounds as well. He's shown he can fight late in the later rounds as well. Against Chisora and Johnson. But Steve Cunningham is a fighter. He goes in. He begins the fight very strong. He might coast off a couple rounds. Towards the end of the fight, he gets back into control. He won't hesitate to fight you in your hometown. He knows how to. I think one problem is just the fact that he will stand in front of you, and he will take a couple shots from time to time, or he'll try to tie you up and make the fight ugly and round, and if you let your hands go and catch him a couple times, you might win the round in the middle stages of the fight. In this fight for Tyson Fury to win, I think Tyson Fury has to look to land big in the middle rounds. Take into consideration that Cunningham, I think, is about 2-3 fights deep into the heavyweight division. And of course, cruiserweight's like 200 pounds. But he's about 2 or 3 fights deep into that division. But at the same time, he hasn't faced a huge puncher in the division yet. Tyson Fury is a big puncher. He can hit hard. He hits hard. So in this fight, like I said, Cunningham likes to go in. He likes to, he likes to set the pace in the fight. He likes to set the pace and dictate every move that happens in the fight. So in this fight for Tyson Fury to win, he has to look to land the big punch in the middle rounds. After maybe round 4 or 5, I would look to kind of try to throw in a left hook or even an overhand right and put a lot of weight into it. What Cunningham does that he's always done this in his entire career. He tends to, when he's in the middle round, he tends to keep his right hand low. He will lower his right hand and he'll square up with you, which is a huge no-no against a bigger opponent. That's something that's become a habit for Cunningham. And take into consideration he has been hurt, in numerous fights, and he's gotten back up to fight. But I think what Fury has to do is he has to hurt him. He has to continue hurting him. And early in the fight, I would go to his body. I would go to the body while he's still active, while he's still strong. Because in the later rounds, he wants to pull off that strong finish. So I would throw big shots to the body. I would go in, I'd feint a little bit. Fury isn't the best feinter, but I would feint. I would throw the right hand. I would throw the right hand above his guard, look for the overhand right, and also try to keep the fight at the middle of the ring. I think that the best way to beat a USS Cunningham is just looking to land big shots, and I know he likes to kind of try to steal the rounds later in the fight, but overall I think he just has to land big shots and let his hands go. Let his hands go on the inside, shorten up his punches. And that's going to be hard for a fighter 6'9", 6'9" with an 85-inch reach. but he has to shorten up those punches on the inside. He has to look to land a big shot, maybe a big right hook on the inside. He has to shorten it up and put a lot of weight into it. And also another thing he wants to do as well, when he ties up with Cunningham, he wants to kind of lean the shoulder down a bit, dip the shoulder down, and that takes away and what that does is that can guard Cunningham's view. When he's trying to go in and trying to hit with and he throws a very nice right uppercut on the inside. So that could take away that uppercut. Just tie him up, dip the shoulder down, put a lot of weight, and also be sure to put a lot of weight into him. Put the weight down on him. He's not a heavyweight, just yet, but just put the weight down on him. Put a lot of weight down on him. Tie him up. Wear him down, and go from there. On the other hand, for Steve USS Cunningham in this fight, what he has to do in this fight, he has to keep this fight on the outside. He likes to dictate the pace on the outside with his jab. He throws, like I said before, he throws a decent uppercut. He'll feint. He'll look for you to kind of dip in a little bit, react to the feint. He'll throw the uppercut. He ties up. He's a fighter that just knows how to dictate the pace. He knows how to I think, and also there's a lot of dimensions to his game. He fights well from angles. He jabs well from angles. He uses his legs. He has long legs. He uses his legs to get out the way of shots. So he used that to his advantage. Sometimes he won't move his shoulders. He'll just use his legs to get out the way. He's a decent counter puncher. He likes to keep his punches straight. And in this fight, he's gonna have to do a lot more work to keep Fury off of him. He's gonna have to look to land check hooks against Fury when he walks in. I think he's gonna have to work a lot more in this fight. He has to work a lot more and move a lot. He has to move a lot to stay away from Fury's punches. And also myself, if I were him, I would go to his body. I would throw, maybe the right hand to the body. In this fight, it's not as risky as it was when he was at cruiserweight. Because the cruiserweights are, were as big or bigger than him. Where he was always bigger than the cruiserweights, excuse me. So he can go in, he can throw that right to the body. Throw the right to the body, follow it up with the left hook. This is some HBO special for Henry Armstrong. I really don't care. That's Jim Lampley. That's back when his hair was brown, before he was wearing those stupid-ass glasses. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Pretty much when it comes to... Or was that Jim Lampley? I don't care. Who gives a fuck? But anyway... How I look at it, though, is with Steve USS Cunningham, I think he's going to have to keep this fight on the outside and keep it technical. He wants a very technical fight on the outside. He wants to dictate the pace with his jab, timing, and like I said, throw the right to the body, and pretty much just avoid Fury, make it an ugly fight. Angles. Even head movement. He can't. I wouldn't even fight tall in this one like he usually does. I would fight very small. I would move my shoulders and and sometimes I would maybe bring the fight to Fury in spurts. Not all the time. You can't do that all the time with Fury, but I would just do it in spurts. I would just go in. I would probably dip low a little bit, make myself a harder target. Elusiveness makes you a hard target as well. But I would make it a very difficult fight to where Fury doesn't get set for his punches, where Fury has trouble setting up his jab, where Fury is just looking for one big shot and he's doing all the work. That's what I would do. I would just jab on the outside, and in spurts, fight in the inside, look to land the right hand. and just do different, and basically just work in different elements in this type of fight. That's what Cunningham has to do in this one. You know, he's this man's. I'm like in this. I think that if Cunningham loses, this is his final chance. You know, I think this is his final chance of becoming a top contender in any division at this point. Now he does have the ability to go in and defeat another fighter, maybe get a shot at one of the big heavyweight names. You know, but this is a huge opportunity for Steve Cunningham, and his back is against the wall in this fight. But I think that if Tyson Fury comes out and wins it, I think he knocks him out. I think he knocks him out in 12 rounds. That's just my opinion. You know, and don't get me wrong, I'm a huge fan of Steve USS Cunningham. I want him to win. I just don't think he's going to beat Fury. It's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a tough fight for both of them. But I think Fury comes out with the W. So anyway, peeps, that was the distance. Thanks for watching. Peace.